What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Brandon's Face. It's the podcast about a playlist. My name is Jonathan Beardsley.
And I am Brandon May.
We have been on hiatus for the past month or so, but we are back and we're going to cover not everything that we missed, but some of our standouts from the time we were away. Anything we don't get to this week, we will try to get to over the course of the next few weeks. But there was a lot of good stuff to talk about, so it made it very easy to kind of pick what ones I was most excited to talk about this week. So let's dive right in, man. We got some bangers to start the playlist. New one from Max Styler. This one is called I Know You Want To. We reviewed his new EP earlier this year. I forget the name of that one, but it was pretty much all bangers, and this is following in that line. Did you enjoy this one?
Oh yeah, man, this is fucking great. Max is actually playing a Coachella Afters put on by Framework. Unlikely I'll go to it, but it's at an airport in Thermal, which should be fun.
It should be. I've seen him pretty much on every like EDM dominant festival lineup this year, which bodes well for him and those
Yeah,
crowds.
crushing it, crushing it.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a lot of fun live for sure. New one from Sub Focus and Baby Close on the vocals called On and On. This is like some classic UK garage drum and bass with those chirped up vocals. I am a huge fan of this one, man. What about you?
Oh, same, big fan. Gets me pumped up every time it came on. The like delayed drop on the second drop is just
Yes.
chef's kiss, man.
Yeah, Sub Focus is a veteran at that shit, man. I love it.
Oh yeah.
New one from Barry Can't Swim. I think he's dropped maybe a couple tracks in the time we've been away, but this one, every time it comes on, I'm like, what the fuck, man? The bass, whatever it's doing in the second half of the song, hard to describe. If you're interested and haven't heard it listening, please check it out. But man, this one, not at all what I was expecting from Barry Can't Swim, but very, very much appreciated. What did you think of it?
Yeah, different is right, man. Another fantastic track from Barry. Big fan of this one. It's very Chemical Brothers coded.
Yes, yes. Which I mean, if you're gonna steal from the best. That's Tarantino, you know.
That's right.
We got a new one from Miss Monique called Magnet. I've been listening to a lot of this girl in the last few weeks. She has a song called Million Miles Away that I probably should have thrown on here as well since I'm talking about it. Very Dash Berlin-esque and kind of like caught my ear for that reason, as you could imagine. But everything else I've checked out from this girl has just been phenomenal. I'm seeing the blog start posting about her a lot. I'm sure they were posting about her before I knew about her, but I am seeing her name a lot in the EDM sphere right now, which I think for tracks like this, I can see why, man. Is this like your first time, or have you kind of been seeing her name too?
I've been seeing the name, but I had never listened to her, so this was really good. This song isn't Dash Berlin-esque, but I really like all the little details on this one. The bass line is incredible. I'm assuming you were talking about another song of
Yes,
hers.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That
okay.
one's called Million Miles Away. It's the single she had before this one, which I will send you to listen to, or I'll add it
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this girl's capable of many things. This song's a good one though. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
great track.
Got some fucking hard techno from Cloud himself. Been a while since we've heard a new one from him. The song is called Fabricated, and it is Cloud.
Yeah.
Nothing else, man. He goes hard. He knows no other speed than full, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I fucking love this one, man. This is not this is how you do hard techno. This is how you get
Yep.
Brandon to listen to hard techno, at least. A lot of the producers that are doing that kind of sound are using, the hard style little doom 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 kicks, and
Yes.
that's not this. This actually has like a bass line you can follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, this was really good. I heard this song when it came onto my releases, and I was like, oh my God, this is that's going directly to the playlist.
Yeah, I tried to add it and it was like, it's already on there. I was like, fucking
Yeah.
Brandon. Good for him. New one from Pebbles and Tam Tam called Case Closed. We have not talked about this group yet. My wife showed me them a while back. They are two, I guess, like pop rap girls. I don't think they do the production themselves, but I could be wrong about that. Regardless, this music is just very fun, very reminiscent of like the Cataracts Dev era, although it does not sound like that. It's very different. I don't know. This is so weird. This track is a lot of fun though. I'm a fan. What about you? What did you think of this like pop dance rap?
Yeah,
hybrid.
this this was actually interesting. I would prefer it without the vocals, but it is so much fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
my brain was able to kind of like separate the vocals a little bit because the
Mhm.
background is just the beat and the production is so fucking good. The vocals kind of throw it off for me, but simultaneously it wouldn't be the same song without them. So
I mean, they're a very, very new group, still finding their footing in that regard. So I think there's going to be a rawness to some of their songs, which I think over time we're going to look back on fondly. But yeah, it's kind of like, oh damn, they're just going for it in ways that you're like, I don't know if it works, but fuck it, try it.
yeah, oh
So
yeah.
respect it regardless. New one from Feed. This is just a straight up great track. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. I'm not going to try, but this dude has been kind of everywhere in the Latin pop world over the past 2 years. Almost all of his songs break 100 million plays within like a matter of weeks. And I've always been like, huh, that's interesting. But this is like one of those ones where I listened to it once and I was like, that was good. Listen to it the next day. I'm like, okay, that's pretty damn good. And now I just listen to it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why this is in people's like everyday rotation. It's just really good Latin pop. What do you think of it?
Yeah, this is was definitely a grower. I had the same exact like process with it. The first time I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's feed, and then the second time I was like, oh, wait a second, yeah, this is feed. You know,
Yes.
the
Yes.
feed is always welcome over here. You know, it's a bummer. Anita dropped out of Coachella for un like some reasons, and everybody's asking for
Interesting.
feed to come back or yeah to play in her spot. That'd be tight.
Well, you should be asking for Feed Me to be taking that spot, Brandon.
Yeah, man. I'd take a spore Yuma set at this point.
Fucking A, man. Could you imagine? That'd be sick. All right, we got a new one from J-Hope, Mona Lisa. He has also dropped a couple tracks since we've been away, but this one, I'm sure you knew the second you heard it. It's a very much a John pop song,
Yeah.
very much in the realm of like Python by Got7, which we talked about earlier this year. This is just like the type of boy band shit I can't get enough of, man. What'd you think of it?
I actually really like this one. Fantastic track from J-Hope. I wasn't a huge fan of his last record, from my recollection. I don't think I ever went back to it,
I
but
think it was a
I,
bunch of loosies, but yeah, same.
yeah, but this was really good. I really like this one.
Next track is called 82 Press, and it's by Mark and Hey Chan. Mark is from a K-pop group called like NCT, we haven't really talked about, but they're kind of interesting in the fact that like there's a bunch of members of it, and I don't think that they're ever all one group. I think that they're all meant to be segmented into different combinations of each other to form different groups, and he's just been doing some solo stuff recently. He's very talented at rapping, singing, as you can hear on the track. The track is undeniably fun. He announced an album. We'll see like if this style wears thin over the course of that type of project, but in terms of just a song, man, this one's a bop. What'd you think of it?
You know, man, this actually isn't my thing. I get it, but
Fair.
yeah, you're right. It is a bop, but it's just it's not my kind of bop. But I do really love the concept that you just broke down that I wasn't aware of, where it's like a bunch of people, call it, 20, 40 people, but they're never like one big group, right? They're all just supposed to be like different combinations.
Exactly.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, and they're always able to just kind of do the like hyphen thing. If the group has NCT dash in front of it, Dream, NCT dash whatever it is, then it's all under the same umbrella. It's kind of easy to like stay engaged with as a fan, and there's constant content coming from that world. So
That's
smart
amazing.
on the label. Hopefully, it's not overworking the artists. All right, man. New one from XG is This Love. The more K-pop we review, the more I'm convinced they might be the best. These girls are just fucking great at what they do. They rarely make a song that isn't just stuck in your head forever after you hear it. And this is another one of those, man. I nothing bad to say about this one. What about you?
I might agree with you, man. Another banger from XG.
Yeah, I've always viewed them as like, oh, not quite at like the New Jeans level, who, I mean, that's a whole nother story we'll have to get into another day. But man, I think talent-wise, they are maybe beyond that right now. I see a lot of K-pop acts bigger than them stealing from them, which is a sure sign you're doing something right. So shout out
Oh
XG.
yeah.
All right, new one from I don't know if it's David or D4VD, new kind of like alt pop R&B artist. got a new song with Kali Uchis, so you knew I had to throw it on. It's just like a sensual ballad, but I thought it was a good track. Vocal performances are outstanding. What'd you think of it?
Smooth, sultry, dreamy as hell. I hear a lot of like bedroom dream pop on this one.
Yeah.
It all works so well. Callie kills it, obviously. Really, really like this one.
Yeah, my like whole thing for now, like, is it dream pop? Is just like, can I picture the Marias covering this? And this falls into that. So definitely dream pop. New one from Malcolm Todd featuring Omar Apollo. This is another one like the Cali one. I see featuring Omar Apollo, I throw it on. This one's kind of more in like the indie pop realm, but god damn, if both guys did not win me over on this. Omar's verse, just like, I don't know how he has the ability to stand out so much in such a little amount of time by not doing that much. It's just this like effortless cool that not many people have. The guy has his own fucking Taco Bell hot sauce for God's sakes, but yeah, dude, love everything about this one. What did you think of it?
Man, I really, really like you said, Omar Apollo's spot on this. Effortlessly cool is probably like the only way to describe that dude at this point. I mean, he painted his dick and sold it to everybody on his last EP, so sold well too. Um, I really love the synth line on this one. That kept getting like it kept like grabbing me every time it came in.
Yeah, it's got like the instrumental alone, I feel like is a hit on this one for sure.
Real.
New one from Little Sims, Flood. She announced a new project coming out soon, and we heard that like Lucy she put out in December, which was kind of just like a 2 minute, I don't know about freestyle, but just, I'm back type of thing. This feels like the first step into the new project, and I can already tell like it's gonna be dense, but it's gonna be very much worth diving into. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, Lil Sims might be one of the best rappers doing it right now, technically speaking. She just kind of like has it. Um,
Mhm.
have we heard like a freestyle from her yet?
I
Yeah,
don't
right?
know if she's probably freestyled before. Well, her last track, Hello High, from like December, felt like a freestyle, but I don't know if I've ever like heard her on like an on the radar type thing or anything.
Yeah, I'd like to hear her do that because I feel like she might just like you know how like when Black Thought did his and
Oh yeah, like
you
the
can
Funk
you
Flex. Yeah.
yeah, you can like feel that he's like channeling all of the rappers that have died around him and is just channeling all of that through I guess magic. I think she would
Yeah.
probably do the same thing. I love the drums on this track. Very excited for the next chapter of Little
Same.
Sims.
Same. And I totally agree with what you're saying. Like we can't look at these people in the eye, but they have the same like hypothetical musical look in their eye. Me
Right.
talking
She's
about
just
her and a guy like Black Thought, like definitely that same fire and intensity when they're rapping.
Yeah, she's got it. There's a lot of great rappers out there that don't have what that is, and she's just got it. It feels like an inherent understanding, like she was born to do this. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Also, a little rap thing I love that she does on this track. I love it when somebody counts down a list, like one, two, three, four,
Right.
and they go, like, it's just like, sit here, you fucking idiot, and I will spell it out for you. Thank you for that. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. So good, dude. I'm very excited for that one. Got a new one from Amine. He also has a new project coming out mid-May. This is the first single off of it. It is called Familiar. It's a short track. It's a very like breezy, I wouldn't quite say Mine track, but not far off. He's definitely testing the sing rap style he's been, soft launching on his last few projects. I think it's a good song. I would be shocked if it turns out to be my favorite on the album, but I think in classic Amine fashion, it's a very light-hearted step into this new project. And I think we kind of need that right now. So I enjoyed it for that. What about you?
Yeah, finally a song that isn't 360.5 from a meaning that I can run run through and listen to literally nonstop. I really hope we get another banger summer Amine record, man. Didn't Limbo drop in the summer and it
Yes.
was Limbo summer, you know?
Yes, it was, yeah, August 7th, 2020. I still remember that because
Mhm.
I'm a fucking psycho. Yeah, yeah, dude, Limbo was a late summer record. I think this one dropping like late spring going into summer is just going to be perfect based on this single alone for sure.
The vibes are immaculate here.
Incredible. New one from Freddie Gibbs, man, kind of. So this is the track Nobody, which was an interlude on his last project that I feel like way too many fucking people slept on. It was also kind of a surprise Halloween drop, which maybe didn't help it, but this was an interlude. They kind of repackaged it around Valentine's Day as like a viral snippet type thing with this artwork, this like Valentine's bunny artwork.
Yep.
The song is vaguely romantic, I guess, for Freddie Gibbs, but I think that they realized him rapping over this beat for like a minute and a half was a complete fucking waste. So them just letting him go as long as he wanted over it was for the best, and I love this version, man. This is what they should be letting him do all the time. Rap until the clock runs out, because he's not going to stop dropping gems, and he does not on this song, man. Was this in your rotation this week?
Oh yeah, heavy, obviously. Yeah.
He's so
The-
fucking good.
yeah, he's really good, man. This song was great.
What did you think of this new Millington one, Landslide? A little punchier.
Okay, this is some of the best pop punk that I've heard all year, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest
man.
with you, John. This
Fucking
sounds like
great.
Less Than Jake meets Newfound Glory, and they even throw a hardcore breakdown in here too.
Was
Let's
not expecting
fucking
it.
go, man. I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah, dude, I double clicked play on this that night it dropped and I was like, the fuck? Like, where did that come from? But in the best way possible. Love this song. Hard agree that it's in the conversation for best pop punk of the year so far. We are on single number two of the Viagra Boys rollout. This is Uno 2, a much different song than Man Made of Meat. Equally great music video, though, and equally great song, just in a much different way, I think. I'm a big fan of this one, man. What about you?
I'm a gigantic fan of this. If my veterinarian was named Bogdan and he was giving me life advice, I'd listen too, man, you know?
These stupid lyrics get stuck in my head, and I'm just saying these insane sayings to myself all the
My
time.
my notes literally just say, "Take it from Bogdan. He's my veterinarian."
Love that line. So fucking good. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a great album. Very
Oh yeah,
excited.
so I'm dying to get into a pit.
This one I'm very excited to talk about. New Feeble Little Horse Song, This Is Real, a group I am not like very knowledgeable of in terms of what they did up until this point, but I heard this song and I was like, fuck yeah, whatever this like indie, borderline indie folk like strumming that starts it off before they drop it into these heavy fucking guitars and pull it back again. I know a lot of bands do this style, but the way that they do it on this song is so fucking good, man. What did you think about
Yeah. What the fuck is this, John?
it?
This song is fucking wild. I had never heard them before. This it's really wild is like the only adjective I could find after listening to it a
It's
handful of times.
appropriate.
I'm unsure if I like it, but I am about it, if that makes sense.
Don't question it. You
I'm
like
here
it.
for it. I'm here for it.
That's enough for me, man. Here's a song I am just not here for at the moment, or at least not yet. New Sleep Token. It's called Emergence. Their last project took a long time to kind of like grow on me, and really only a few tracks have grown on me, but I respect them as a band. I don't immediately hate everything they release like so many people seem to on the interwebs. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I've given this song more chances than I can count on my hand, and it's still just not clicking for me in the way that I want it to. What about you?
Yeah, this is indeed a Sleep Token song. You can tell by the way that it is.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep. The new album is coming out soon. We will definitely talk about it all in full when that drops.
Yep.
All right, new Orbital Gate featuring Peeling Flesh. Let's just get to the best song in the fucking playlist this week. Holy shit. We're going to be talking about the Orbital Gate album next week with this song on it,
Oh,
so we don't
thank
have to go
God.
too crazy. But do I mean, the word got out that this was coming out like week of, I think, and my brain was immediately like, how? How is this
Yeah,
going to sound? And perfect is the answer. This
100%, bro. This is my undoubtedly my song of the month. Like,
so fucking good, dude. Like, and I'm not even always the type of guy to gas this type of music, but it blew me away. I won't even say a criticism I have for it. I do, I do think that like in terms of how insane this could have gotten like sampling wise or whatever they decided to do for the names attached. It is remarkably restrained. And I think that
Yeah,
it's great because of that, but I was like prepared for anything when I hit play.
right, exactly. I was like, I seen it. I was like, oh no.
Orbital Gate is playing their first full band live set pretty soon. I think they're playing like a Pride metal thing, which is pretty fucking rad.
Amazing.
Orbital Gate fucking rules, dude. This song's
Yes.
great. All right, we got a few EPs to talk about this week. So Shygirl dropped Club Shy Room 2 about a month ago. You already know I love this, man. Wifey Rhythm, easily my favorite on there. Georgia Smith fucking kills it. Whatever her sing rap shit that she's doing this year, keep that up. Love it. That's easily my favorite song on here. True Religion, still my least favorite. The rest are all bangers. She is 2 for 2 on these like Club Shy projects. What'd you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Every time Shy Girl drops, she just continues to improve on what she dropped the last time. So much fun, so much variety on this, but it all kind of fits her clubby persona, and I'm a fan of all of these in their own ways.
And going into the Club Your Persona, she did her Boiler Room last week, or at least it got, uploaded to YouTube. I don't know when it actually happened. I will say it's okay. I don't know if it's unfair because she's a great producer and vocalist to also just expect her to be a great DJ, but I'm always a little disappointed when these like EDM artists have somebody else on the decks. But she was doing like the vocals and stuff, so there's that.
I
Do you
mean,
have any feelings about it?
it's a completely different skill set, man.
It is. It is. And like I said, I think it's unfair of me, but I'm like, girl, you can do anything. You can learn that. If you can produce Flex and Wifey Ridden, you can do that. Trust me.
True, 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 true.
If I can do it.
Yeah,
All right, we got a new one from No Guidance, Confessions of a Lover Boy. I don't want to say R&B is back because I am realistic, but if groups like this are making songs like nostalgic, there is still hope, man. This surpassed my expectations and then some. I'm a huge fan of this release. What about you?
yeah. This group has a great future if they keep dropping bangers like this, man. The trade-offs, the harmonies, the falsettos, the
Mhm.
overflowing amount of charisma that these guys have is just absolutely insane.
Somebody like Usher just needs to take them on tour. Like they need that spot. And I know like the tour isn't the direct pipeline to fame for all artists the way it seems to be, but man, I think they very much not only would benefit from that, but deserve it. Like
Yeah.
this is so good and the world needs to hear it, especially fans of that music, and that's a for sure way to get in front of them.
Yep.
All right, new one from Visages called Reset. You added a few EDM EPs in the time we were away. I had to whittle it down for brevity this week, but this was like one of the EPs that caught my ear every time it came on.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not just because Alex Perez is on the
No,
first
no.
song, but it helps, dude. All three of these songs are so good and so different. I loved this one. What about you?
Yeah, the Crystal Clear has like do you remember on Boys Noise's album Out of the Black? He's got this fucking song. I think it's track 8 or 9. And it's called Circus Full of Clowns. And it's
Yes.
so fucking weird. And this gave me those vibes. So anybody who knows what I'm talking about will be best friends. Yeah, all three of these tracks are fucking bangers, bro.
Yeah, really, really good. Got a new EP from Daniel Rifatera. It is called End On. We needed a minimal techno release to regain our bearings for getting back into the flow of things on the podcast. This was the perfect release for that, man. This is really good. I still think Asus is my favorite, but all four of these are fucking great. What'd you
Uh
think?
yeah, man, tribal, hypnotic, just fucking
Yes.
nasty techno this week. My God, this guy got it.
Love that for us. All right, man. We got a bunch of albums to talk about this week, so let's get right into it. All right. First up, we got Lady Gaga's new one, Mayhem. So it's not my favorite album of hers. It's not my album of the year so far, but this has lived up to my expectations or any expectations I had for it, I guess. It's been out for a few weeks now. I still listen to it every couple of days. The only skip for me is that last song with Bruno Mars on it. The rest of it is all pretty good, if not great. The singles were great. I was a little hard on Abracadabra when it dropped for being derivative, but it's a good song. Garden of Eden is my favorite though. I'm not tired of it yet. If it will get old to me, I am unaware. The production on that song and the others on the album from the one and only Giselle Fulstein is just fantastic. In terms of the deeper cuts on here, gotta shout out Shadow of a Man for her tapping into this MJ bag I did not know she had and just
Right.
crushing it, man. This album is I feel like everything we could have asked for, yet we're still asking for more because that's just the unfair world pop stars live in. I was extremely pessimistic about how this would come out when the like TDLR of this album was, oh, her boyfriend wanted her to do a pop album again, and she was like, okay, and just started doing it. We're like, what's going to be the upside of that? But it turns out like Lady Gaga going back into not fame monster Gaga, but like the closest thing we've seen since to the fact that she's not doing the fame ball again, but the mayhem ball next. It is just like great to see, man. Like she's never lost this ability to be one of the best, but she just succeeded so fast that she didn't give a fuck about anybody else's like view of her music. So she was just creating things that only felt special to her. And sure, some fans connected with that. But this feels like her fully stepping back to like this pop star character in a way that we all kind of like rolled our eyes at when this got announced. And now that she has reapparated in front of us as like the monster Gaga, it's like we're all fucking dropping down and bowing down. And with songs like Garden of Eden, we fucking should, man. This album is really good. I'm feeling like a light eight on it as of now. Any of the first three songs are probably my standout. What about you, man? How you feeling about this one?
So yeah, man, I've been excited for this one for a little bit now. I think she crushed it. Back to her roots with some modern flair thrown in as well. I know that you've always been weird about Abracadabra, but bro, this song it continues to get stuck in my head all the time. I'll like wake up singing it, and I'm like, God damn it. Um, So catchy. Vanish Into You just feels like classic Lady Gaga at this point, man. Her voice is soaring and the production is reminiscent of the early 2000s. Killa was, I was really excited for that Guessa feature, but it doesn't hit like a Guessa track. But I'm glad that he at least is dabbling in some other, like different production styles. Zombie Boy is a really fun track, man. Don't
Yes.
Call Tonight has this like 80s vibe to it, which works so well for her voice. Blade of Grass and Die with a Smile are probably the worst possible tracks she could have used as closers.
I'll agree.
Neither of them really fit with the vibe of the album, in my opinion, and maybe should have been like spread around, like sequenced a little better there.
We're just ended
Because
after the beast.
yeah, like it really slows everything down. It really
Yeah.
does something that I didn't like there. But
Unties the room.
so yeah, unties the room. I love that. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it an 8. I'm gonna go ahead and say Abracadabra is my favorite, man.
Fair, man. Fair. I was too hard on that one. I'll give you that. All right, new one from Jennie of Blackpink. This one is called Ruby. This is my album of the week, month, whatever we've been off. I figured I would enjoy it based on the singles we'd heard. I didn't expect it to move into like the top spot as my most listened to album of the year so far, and also probably my favorite of the year so far, as shocking as that may sound or not. I don't know what it is, man, but this one just does it for me. The production style, her voice, the sequencing, the visuals, it's all perfect for me. After that mood setting intro, we get just hit after hit after hit. Like Jennie is my song of the week. It's a song I'm probably never going to get tired of, and the perfect way to really start the album off. Start a War was an immediate add to my rotation when I heard it. Handlebars with Dua Lipa took a few listens to grow on me, but I can't get enough of it, and I now consider it one of the best songs on the album. With the IE is just a bop. Extra Large with Doechii is a great collab that I think is aging better every day. Mantra and Love Hangover with Dominic Fike, certified jams. It doesn't let up, dude. Zen is incredible. It's not even in the top 5 songs on the album. Damn Right with Callie and Gambino. Definitely one of my favorites on the album. I have no idea where it ranks, though. I was worried this one wouldn't live up to the hype when it was announced because of the names attached and how big of a fan I am. But they pulled it off, man. Even though Gambino's pretty much doing like a hey, I can do an Andre 3000 verse, like at least we got him rapping on a song. So I'm gonna take that as a win. I think it works too, especially for the song and for the album. We do get into album cut territory a little bit after that, but there is not a skip to be found for me. Strong nine for me, like Jenny is my standout. I'm dying to know what you thought about this one, man. I was like, he's either loving this or hating this. So, how do
You
you
know,
feel?
man, man, I I'm still figuring out what I like and what I don't like about K-pop, and finding the ability to describe that has been honestly like extremely rewarding and fun throughout the last
Yeah,
couple of years.
I
But I think
agree.
I'm starting to understand why I haven't resonated with specifically it's this thing, right? It's the K-pop solo offshoots as much as I have liked their like group stuff, right?
Mhm.
It's because they can't pick a fucking lane. We get quote K-pop that sounds like a mixture of hip hop, R&B, and just like regular American dance pop music. Now, with most K-pop records, that is not to say that there's not like moments on this that were genuinely really good music, and I'll agree with you a lot. I like Handlebars with Dua Lipa. I love that the harmonies and the fact that Jenny's being supported with other timbres with vocals is probably one of the reasons why K-pop and especially the girl groups just like dominate in numbers, man. Like when you go back to Start a War, though, it's just kind of like a jumble of genres and it lacks the cohesion there. I actually really love with the IE, the production and that beat is just fantastic. Like you
Really good.
said,
Very
massive bop.
2000s.
I love Mantra. I don't like Love Hangover with Mr. Fike.
Fair.
This album is to me okay. I far prefer the Blackpink group when they're all doing their own individual things because they do have that kind of they just work together really well, right? This is I'll give it a 6. Mantra or Handlebars, those are going to be my standouts.
Hey, that's fair. We were originally scheduled to talk about the Lisa album, and I did not end up
I
adding
know.
that one because I don't know if you ended up hearing it at all in the week we were supposed to talk about it, but pretty much the way you were just describing this one is how I felt about that one. So I totally get it. Like sometimes these just don't work unless it all falls exactly within that realm of personal taste. I agree with you way more than you probably think for how much I gassed this album. I just don't agree with you about this album specifically, if that
That's
makes sense.
fair.
But
No, no,
about
no,
the
that's
genre
totally
as a
fair.
whole, and yes, I fucking 100% will echo the fact that like K-pop is not really Korean enough anymore. It's also
Right?
pandering to the English stuff. At least maybe the stuff I'm adding is. So maybe it's a challenge to me to dig a little deeper, but I feel like you were not far off on that.
Well, thanks, man.
All right, man. We got a new one from Men I Trust, Equus Asinus. This is this one's a great album, dude. I'll just say that straight up front. I was late to the game with Men I Trust. I had no idea who they were until like mid 2023, and they've been a staple in my rotation ever since. Mostly because it's anytime music. Like there's very rarely a song or an album that you're like, I can enjoy a cup of coffee or a cup of wine to this equally, or I can just work to this or do whatever. They have filled that void in my life to where when I don't know what to put on, this is so fucking easy to put on. It's the type of album I just have no problem enjoying. It's the rare album like this that checks as many boxes as it does for me. I don't have a super deep knowledge of their discography. I know the hits, but I would imagine that their other albums do that as well. It's not a lot an album I have like specific thoughts on even though I just know I like it and I enjoy it a little more every time I listen to it. Like how could you fucking not with an opener like I Come With Mud Into All My Candles, man. I did not pay a ton of attention to like song titles when I was going through this one, but every time Paul's theme came on, I had to look and see what it was. We need more like Western theme adjacent music like that in the world. I really don't have any other thoughts on this one, man. I just really, really like it. High seven, low eight. My standout is All My Candles. What about you, man? Are you digging this one?
Yeah, so you had texted me when this one dropped, and I wasn't really sure what to expect because even though I've seen Men I Trust the name flow, have we ever reviewed an album of theirs? I don't
They've
think
maybe
so.
dropped like one song since we've
Right.
like since I found them, so not much, if any.
So, and I've seen their name on, on the boards, on the internet, and on festival lineups, and I've just never given them a chance. I'm glad we're reviewing this one, John, because it's actually really good. It's not my normal tempo, like you know that slow music can sometimes cause me to not engage, and that's not really different here. But there's no denying how much actually great music that there is on this one. It's like tennis on Quaaludes if they were from the south of Texas. And
Perfect.
that's like if that doesn't sell you on it, nothing ever will. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just really chill vibes, really good instrumentation on this whole thing. I think you could I think you already know that Paul's theme was going to be my standout favorite of the
It's
bunch, and
so
you are
fucking
right.
good.
This song it's got a jazz break and just some beautiful fucking piano. It's fantastic. I'm gonna give it a 7. Paul's theme blew my mind.
Fuck yeah, dude. Paul's theme fucking rules, dude. That song's great. Yeah, man. Great album. I'm glad you're on the same wavelength with it, man. They have yet to disappoint me whenever I've thrown on their radio or discography at random.
Yep.
All right, man, let's talk about a few metal albums. We got a new one from Spiritbox, finally. This one is called Tsunami Sea. How are you feeling about it?
You know, man, you love to see bands still evolving and making the best of their own signature sound.
Hmm.
Some releases we get on are on the softer side from Spirit Box, and I will be the first one to admit that I was wrong when they released one of their last projects, and I anticipated that they would go the way of nearly every other metalcore band that makes it, and they just start pulling out softer music. But Courtney and everyone else in this band has proven me wrong. Coming straight out the gate with probably one of the strongest three song runs in metalcore of 2025 is pretty fucking crazy. They, like everyone else, have incorporated some of those genty riffs and tracks like Keep Sweet, but they're juxtaposed so well with like the softer instrumentals
Hmm.
that kind of surround it and kind of it's like a pillow for the genty riffs to lay upon. Um, and the soft spine, bro, sounds like it could be what's his name? Duplantier from Gojira with all those fucking riffs and the neck scrapes, dude. I love the breaks. There's like breaks drums on Crystal Roses. I love Deep End as a closer, man. This album was very good. I'm gonna give it an 8, but I think everybody's standout should be Black Rainbow.
Interesting. It is not my standout, but I agree. It fucking rips. This
I'm
this whole
actually
album,
surprised.
this whole album fucking rips, dude. I think my standout might surprise you. It's also just like beyond this album ripping. It's like it's really deep and shit lyrically, you know. Like
Yeah.
it goes pretty fucking hard and should be commended for doing so. But it's pretty fucking deep when you dig in. The opener is a great showcase for their specific style of metal, which I think you were alluding to. Like, even if you aren't following along with the lyrics to their music, you can feel the message behind every song by the way the music to that song feels. And I know that's the basic point of music, but like the way that they do it is like partially in the performance, partially in the mix. But it's the way that it comes together in this way that is undeniably unique to them that I think makes albums like this special. Singles like Soft Spine and No Loss, No Love ensured this would deliver the goods. We knew that, but tracks like Fata Morgana and Keep Sweet, which honestly left me kind of speechless the first time I heard it, help rounded out this vision in a way that I was hoping they would stick the landing, and they did, man. I'm not going to bring up Poppy for the memes, but I do think that they strike a similar balance with this album that she did on the last one, and I think you kind of hit on this point. Like they don't let the genre that they're in dictate what this album can and can't be, or places they can and can't go. And I think that that's all for the better, even though gatekeepers might say otherwise, man. Even though this album's been out for a few weeks, it is the type of album that's going to continue to grow on me long past its release date. It's only 43 minutes, but there's so much fucking packed into that that I find something new to focus on and enjoy every time I listen. I'm going to give it an 8 for now. My standouts are Soft Spine and Keep Sweet. Keep Sweet has been just heavy
It's a
in my
good one.
rotation. I think it's not really even the song as much as the lyrics. My inference, which I don't know if I'm dead on at all, but like the way she's delivering everything just very much feels like on the surface level, it's all kind of like the way the metal community treats you as an artist, and maybe more specifically as a female artist, and just the way she articulates it and delivers it with such passion is palpable to me.
That's amazing. That's a perfect reason to choose that as your standout.
All right, man. Talk to me about this new Architects one, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between.
I am glad that I got to see Architects in October, man. They crushed it. We have all heard this album before. It is just paint by numbers metalcore album. Some bitch and move thrown in as breakdown callouts, some genty riffs. We got them. One guitar solo and sing along catchy choruses throughout. I couldn't tell you which chorus was which because they're the same. They're the same chorus. The funny part about this is that they're actually crushing it, bro. This is their sound. This is their album. It's like Ron Swanson's Halloween costume. They've got the one. This is what they do. We both talked about Killswitch Engage doing this exact thing a few weeks ago or a month ago, I guess now. This is an Architects album, and it's good. Like all of their records, it's fine. If not a little just, paint by numbers. My daring opinion is that metalcore kind of needs releases like this because it makes it better when bands like Spiritbox release actual bangers. What would a frappuccino be without whipped cream, man? It's one of those things where it comes as a package. You're gonna get the great stuff, but you're also gonna get some fluff. I
I
didn't
think I
give
just
this one a score.
I think I just punched a hole through the wall in that Frappuccino. Don't trigger me on this podcast right now, Brad.
Oh, I
Uh,
will.
uh, yeah, I agree with you, man. It's good. Like it's nothing we haven't heard before, but it is good. Whiplash and Black Hole are obvious standouts. Both were singles, rightfully so. I think everything on here just sounds good, and that might be boring to say, but it's well produced. The writing is on par with similar acts in the genre. The vocals are consistently great, even if I'm not always loving the lyrics. Of the new tracks we got, what one was it? Brain Dead with House of Protection. Fucking great, man. Loved that track. I don't have a lot more to say about this one. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I think it's good. Fans of the current like sound of I don't know, just the whole like alt metal scene should really enjoy this. I think it's between like a high six and a low seven, if anything, but it's a strong album for sure.
Like I said, it's good. We've just heard this before, and that's okay. Let's go.
There's nothing wrong. I still enjoyed those breakdowns and those moves and those bitch.
I know, man.
All right, man. New one from Saba and No ID called From the Private Collection of Saba and No ID, appropriately. Look, dude, Saba does not miss. He did not start now. After dropping a series of Lucy's together over the past year or so, him and No Idea have apparently been listening to the podcast and are many times of telling them to just put out a full album together because they finally did, and it's every bit as good as I hoped it'd be. Woes of the World and How to Impress a God are both great singles to represent this album, but if you're going to listen to only one song from this album, which should not be the case, but if that is the case in your hypothetical, West Side Bound Part 4 is the track you should be listening to. A strong case for his rap magnum opus, but so many songs of Saba have that claim, I guess. If you don't turn that up when it comes on, something is wrong with you, man. Outside of that, Breakdown, another absolute banger. Kind of goes more into like the West Side production style on a few of these tracks than I was expecting, but it all feels very rooted in Chicago and very classic Saba. I love it, man. Easy eight for me and should be a contender for Rap Album of the Year. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I'll echo literally everything you said. Finally, we got this. They've dropped so many of these as singles starting from at least like April of 2024, I think was
Yeah,
the
a while
earliest.
back.
I'm grateful that we finally have a full project of beats made by No ID, Saba on the mic. They clearly work extremely well together, and like all the little details in the beats that kind of like acquiesce to Saba's inflections and both ebb and flow around the vocals, all everything works so well on this album, man. How to Impress God has just been on fucking repeat since it's dropped, but this whole fucking record is good. Everything you said is exactly what my opinion is as well. We've been waiting for this one for a while. I got to bless the ox at work with this album, and
Yes.
I had a number of people being like, "Who the fuck is this?"
The right
That
questions.
that always feels good. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's an easy eight, easy contender for rap album of the year for sure.
Great, great shit. Glad Saba is getting his dues everywhere right now. All right, let's log into our MySpace to review these next two albums. We got a new one from Michael Cera Palin. What? It's called We Could Be Brave. Dude, of all the things that happened in music while we were on hiatus, Michael Cera Palin dropping a full-length album is probably the most shocking of them all.
I know.
I like I know they've put out singles lately, so some other people might not be as surprised, but a full-length album from them never really felt like a possibility for some reason. And
I
now that
know.
it's here, it doesn't even really feel real, but it very much is, and it's pretty nuts. There's nothing phoned in or lazy about this. It never feels stagnant or formulaic. Constantly creative, executed at a very high level. That opener, Feast or Famine, is like the perfect two-step and sing-along type of track that I'm always a fan of. The guitars on it are so fun. We get some like shorter, straight to the point jams like Tardy and Broken Face mixed in with some of the more expansive tracks you can sink your teeth into, like Despite and Wisteria. Hell, we even get a 12-minute fucking closer on this one, man, which when I
Oh
first
yeah.
saw the runtime for that track, I assumed, oh, there's a few minutes of silence in there and it's like a hidden track situation. Nope, it is a 12-minute Michael Cera Palin song of them throwing everything at the wall and everything is sticking somehow, man. There is something on here for everybody who's just a fan of pop punk, emo, maybe even a little bit of screamy stuff. This is a great album, man. High seven, low eight. My standout is either the title track, We Could Be Brave, which probably should be the one, but Tardy, I think, is probably among my most listened to as well. What about you?
You know, man, I have to agree with you. Michael Cera Palin dropping an album was probably the most shocking thing that I was unable to due to our hiatus do anything about. But I listened to it pretty much every day since that's since it's dropped. They've I look, man, I can't wait for this to do the whole Mom Jeans thing where they drop Best Buds and everybody's like, yeah, we love it, and then they drop Sweet Tooth, and then all the nerds over at the emo subreddit are like, oh, this sucks, because I'm sure Michael Cera Palin's going to get really popular from this one because it really is just banger after banger after banger after banger. We got a 12-minute Michael Cera Palin fucking banger. We have a song which is in contender of best song title of the decade with Murder Hornet Persona. There's so much on this record that I love, man. It's MCP. You know, I loved every second of it, man. It's a nine for me. A
Fuck yeah.
Broken Face is a fantastic song.
Great song. I
And
just wish it
and
was a little longer.
I agree, but you know what? You know what I actually really loved about the Hornet Persona, is that it's the first time on the record. I think he does it a number of times, but he pulls out this December Underground era Davey Havoc scream that I didn't know he had in him,
Yes,
and it's so
yes.
good.
I love that era scream, and I think that it's so good on that album because of the restraint. He does not overuse that era's scream, but that is my
Right.
favorite Davey Havoc scream by far. And you're right, I didn't know he had that in his tool bag either on this album, but fucking A, man. Really good shit, man. Glad you enjoyed this one as well.
Oh, you knew I enjoyed it. You didn't have to ask me.
All right, man. New one from the Casper Fight Scene. ST is the name of this one. Did you enjoy this one?
Yeah, man, they've got this kind of heart attack man meets arm's length sound to them, and it works so fucking well. When we had condensed the playlist for this episode, I knew I wanted to ensure that we covered this one just to make sure that you know how much I love small bands that are good and like clearly hungry, getting some recognition. So, but I actually think that they've grown their listener base quite a bit. When we first started covering them, I want to say late last year, it might have been earlier this year. They were like at 5,000 monthly listeners. They have quadrupled that. They're close to 20 now. So that's amazing for them.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a big fan of this one, man. It's got a bunch of twists, it's got a bunch of turns. It's more of a like a traditional kind of like early 2000s emo album, you know, and it's sequenced incredibly well. They clearly put like a lot of work into, okay, here's this slow song, I want this at, you know, track 4, so we can build up again to do that again, which you know that I love when artists don't just here's all of our fast songs and then here's all of our slow songs.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with that. And the production on this record is great too. It kind of keeps all that fuzz while still sounding professional, especially for a small band. I think this the level of fuzz and like the level of noise that we're hearing coming out of the guitars is really impeccable. This is an 8 for me, man. I really like this one.
Yeah, dude. I agree. It is really good. I don't have it quite as high as you. I had no idea this was dropping, so my eyes lit up when I saw it among the new releases a few weeks ago. I still listen to Young Neil on a weekly basis since you added that one. So I've been like really excited to hear some new music from them. The album kicks off on a high note with Summer's End Smokeout, which is pretty much everything you could want for this in
Oh
less
yeah.
than 3 minutes. Sets the tone and gets into that little shred part that gets me fucking going every time. Young Neil and Cadillac Death Trap, or Death Trap, I should say, are both outstanding tracks. It is a hell of a 3 song run to open the album with. Some of the album cuts and slower songs in the back half were not as heavy in my rotation as the songs I just mentioned, but there's no skips on here, man. It's a strong like 6 to maybe a light 7 for me. Young Neil, he lives here, is easily my standout though.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, man. One more album to talk about this week. I had to throw it on. Kyle Mooney from SNL, but as we might know him, Kyle M, for some reason has released an album, and I had to just throw it on no context in the hopes that it would start playing and you would be like, what the fuck is happening? So please tell me how this like came across your ears for the first time.
So I don't have many notes on this. My notes on this is one sentence. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because that's all that it is, man. I look, dude, I've been a big fan of Kyle Mooney for a long time. He used to have a YouTube video before he was on SNL, or a YouTube channel with him and
He
Beck
still
from,
does.
yeah, oh yeah. And yeah, I I loved every second of it, man. I'd seen it at the back of the playlist, and I was like, "What? Who's this Kyle M guy?" That like, and I'd seen the album artwork, and like I didn't see it close up enough, you know. And so I was like, "Who's this band? Who's this guy that has less monthly listeners than the Casper Fight Scene? That doesn't make any sense." So I kind of smelled something fishy up front, but yeah, man, this is a lot of fun. I think I
It
like
is.
Digital Society. I like that one a lot.
Oh yeah,
California Summer's hilarious, you know.
Kids on the Range. It's so
Kids on the
stupid.
Range, man.
So it's I'm so glad you brought up the YouTube. I still follow that YouTube and I was he does not upload. I think he uploaded like a video promoting that Y2K movie last year. And he uploaded one just a few days ago called The Real Me. And it's just like him going into this house that he quote unquote used to live in and like he keeps like talking about his journey to becoming a musician, but it keeps being interrupted by calls of like people telling him how bad of an idea this is. And it's just like it is only working because of how serious he is taking this. And he did a fucking like full interview with Fantano in character as if this is like his new passion. Kyle Mooney is a one of one, people. You should support him in any way you can. Definitely one of which should be listening to this masterpiece of an album. I just had to end the week with some brevity, man. It is
No,
a stupid,
I
stupid album. It's so fun.
I actually really needed it, so thank you. But
You're
I
welcome.
just need to say, man, that like as Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney are they're a dynamic duo to me. And they were both on
Mhm.
SNL for a minute, and they're Kyle's writing, I think, really like wanted to fit with SNL, but didn't fit with like this era of SNL. I think
Yep.
if Kyle Mooney was born in like the 50s and was on SNL in the 70s, I think Kyle Mooney would have been like legendary at this point. The
But then we
guy's
wouldn't have
comedy
Inside
is
SoCal.
true. The comedy that this guy writes is so it's just so up my fucking alley, man. Anybody who is A, not a fan, or B, doesn't know who Kyle Mooney is, do yourselves a favor. We're gonna leave that his most recent YouTube upload in the show notes for this episode, so everybody can go take a look at it, and maybe I'll find my favorite Kyle Mooney SNL sketch. So
Yeah, we should throw that in there. That is it for us this week, man. It was fun to get back on the pod and talk about some music. We will be doing it again soon. We got a fun release week coming up. We got Lucy Dacus, Under Oath, Spelling, Orbital Gate, Death Heaven, Arch Enemy, and more. We will see y'all next time. Peace.
peace.